Hello, this is Pixel Freak, and today I'm playing Aliens vs. Predator Evolution. So this game came out today on iOS and Android. It is a beat 'em up, smash 'em up, button masher hack and slash game. You gotta mix all those up together, you got this game. You actually play two different types of characters throughout the game. You play the Predators and you play the Aliens, and that actually confuses the story quite a bit. And the problem with that is the story doesn't seem as though it's that confusing. It's just that you're on one team and then you're on the other team, and then now you're protecting against the Predators and now you're trying to kill humans, and it gets very confusing just bouncing back and forth from team to team. Now, beyond the story, which, let's admit here, we're not expecting too much from the story. This is Aliens vs. Predators. The gameplay itself is only okay. Wah, wah. The Predators actually play pretty good because this game was developed by Angry Mob Games, who made the Predators game just a few months ago. So the Predators are very similar to that game, and they're very tight. The control movements are very nice, and everything seems to play out like you would think. The Aliens, however, seem really sluggish and almost borderline unresponsive. I found at times after I had given a certain amount of inputs for my alien character to be attacking different humans that sometimes he would just stop responding after a couple seconds, and I'd have to kind of wait for a minute and then start attacking again. The Predator characters do make up for it a little bit because they're so well polished, but in the end, this is kind of a 50-50 deal where every time you have to play as the aliens, it's a little bit frustrating. For the graphics and the sound effects, you can actually see and hear what's going on here, and this is pretty amazing. You can see that this looks kind of, I'd say, better than a PlayStation 1 game. So this is actually designed for high-end devices, and it shows. It runs fairly well. Some people have reported that there's a little bit of performance bumps, especially on various Android devices. But for me, it actually played pretty good, and the soundtracks were all really great. The sound effects are all really great. I was pretty pleased as far as the special effects for this game. Despite these polished special effects, I couldn't shake the fact that this game just doesn't feel fun to play, particularly in that first hour or so when you haven't upgraded any of your abilities. When the game first starts out, both types of characters really only have two different attacks, the light attack and the heavy attack, and they both feel very similar. Add to that the fact that all the fatalities don't really look all that great, and this game feels kind of boring for at least the first hour. Now, the game does get better as you go through it, but getting through that kind of less fun part of the game doesn't feel like something you should have to do when you paid $5 for an app. As far as ads and in-app purchases, there are no ads in the game, but there are some in-app purchases, and they're completely optional. It's just the primary currency that you earn throughout the game, and you do earn enough to upgrade your items, all your weapons and armor pieces naturally. So really, it's more of a cheat mechanism, as is the case with most games these days. Overall, I think that Aliens vs. Predators actually a pretty decent game, but I question if it's actually worth $5. Now, if you're the type of person that really likes a smash 'em up type game, go ahead and pick this one up. It's actually a decent game. The problem is that I don't think this one's for everybody. You really actually have to like this particular storyline, or you actually have to like this particular game in order to really invest that $5. Perhaps after some upgrades, this game might be a little bit different, and if that's the case, then I'll take another look at it. But for now, I'm going to say only get this one if you really like this type of game. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been Pixel Freak.